G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing, July 12, 2023. This is the spot gold price analysis. On our weekly, we're still in a bearish momentum on our oscillator. On the daily, we've broken up and bounced off this key support on a bullish mode. And on the daily and hourly, we've also got some divergence to talk about. So on the weekly, first off, it's been bouncing off this diagonal ascending line for a number of years now, making potentially new highs, but we're going to be going now potentially into a bit of a bounce off where we were. So you could probably draw another trend line there, but you can see there our oscillator is turning down on the weekly, so there might be possibly a bit of weakness, but we need to see how that operates in the lower time frames. But at the moment we're still in a cautiously upturn, a bit of a cautious upturn, but might just see a bit of a retrace finishing soon. On the daily, you can see that upturn bounce off from that support line at 1910 we drew some time ago. We did have a divergence back here on the CCI. You can see that was breaking down lower highs versus a price with the higher highs, and it eventually broke and hit our target area before hitting our support line down here. Now it's making a retrace, as we said, since our last update, and our oscillators turn into an uptrend as well. So no further divergence to talk about. Look, there could be a very minor divergence here on the CCI versus pretty much a flat, but I'm not going to count that as a divergence yet on the daily. On the hourly, a couple of things. We've got a couple of divergences here. Let me talk about this small one first. We've got a small bullish divergence. That's hard to see there, but if I expand that, you can see there it's a clear move to the upside on between those lows, versus a down lower lows on the price. Now it's broken up through that support, as I said, and we did set a target here, and that would have been around a 38 to 50% Fibonacci retracement between that high and that low, and it hit it initially. It bounced down after our last video, and it's convincingly broken through that target area. That's the smaller divergence to talk about. We've also got a larger divergence playing out at the moment between, you can see there, that was the lowest CCI back there. So I just left it there for the moment, but if I extend that to that point there, which is the next lowest level of the CCI, you can see the CCI is still rising versus the declining price. You can see there now the price is about to break up through that channel, through that trend line, and that'll be our next target area on the Fibonacci. So again, between that low and that recent high. So if it breaks above there, we're going to move that down to there roughly. Actually, no, that's not right. Let me move that up. Oops. Move that Fibonacci up there so that was right in the first place. I missed that candle up there. That was the previous high. And that's our new target for this wider divergence, this bullish divergence. So again, this smaller divergence has been executed and target hit. And now we're waiting for this larger one. So we're going to see potentially a price break into that area. It may not go there in a linear form exponentially, but it could actually go in sideways for a while before breaking into that area like they usually do. As I always say, for this divergence to fail, we need to see the CCI break low and break lower than that low there, in which case the CCI has failed, and by then the price would have collapsed below that support area. I don't see that happening anytime soon, but at the moment there's a high probability of it hitting this area before it does collapse. So the CCI may fall, as I said, and the price may go sideways, but as long as it stays above this area, then the divergence is still in play. So there's two strategies spoken about here. Number one is the divergence, which are all independent from each other on different timelines. And our main strategy is the trend following strategy, which is when the weekly and the daily are aligned, and at the moment they're not. You take long or short trades when they're aligned. So to understand how to trade more with some of those strategies, feel free to make a donation to my Patreon page. Links in the description below. Subscribe also to that page. We also talk about weekly scans of stocks, currencies and commodities. Subscribe, like and share the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.